Hey guys, welcome back. We have some talking to do today. We are going to be talking about Mounjaro shortage issues, Mounjaro cost issues, and hopefully some solutions that you guys can use and that we all can use, because we all know that it's a struggle right now. Apparently I have a bit of a co-host this morning. This is Coda. Everybody say hi to Coda. And we are just going to go ahead and jump on into it. It is pouring rain outside right now, which is why my lighting is a little bit off. And I also have coffee because it's been such a morning. I have not even had coffee this morning. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right on into this. And let me wet my whistle here. Is that a thing? Is that what you're supposed to say? Who knows? That might have been inappropriate. Okay, if you have not been made aware yet, which I don't know how you possibly couldn't have been made aware, Mounjaro, tirzepatide, Zepbound is on a major national shortage right now, and that is because Eli Lilly cannot keep up with the demand. Mounjaro has come out, as most of you know, as this amazing tool and drug that is not only good for weight loss. There are so many other studies going on currently, which I could, write a freaking book about at this point. But they are studying the effects on heart attack and stroke, the effects on alcoholism, gambling, blood clotting disorders. So many different studies that are all currently going on by Surmount that might just make metformin scoot over as the miracle drug, and Mounjaro slip right on in there. So it has been a whirlwind of a couple of years for Eli Lilly and tirzepatide, and I think that is definitely sort of coming to a head right now with all of the shortage issues that we are seeing. And that means for us that a lot of us every single month are spending so much time, hours and hours, calling pharmacies and trying to source our medicine. You have diabetics that are on Mounjaro that are not able to get it. You have people using Mounjaro off-label like myself who are not able to get it. Nobody's able to get any of it. You have diabetics trying to switch to Zepbound, but then it's not covered. It is just a huge, huge mess. And on top of the fact that most people can't even source their medication, the cost issue has become huge as well. If you don't have insurance that covers Mounjaro or Zepbound, you're looking at paying like $1,200 plus a month. And that is very subjective to which region you are in, because my full out-of-pocket cost was $1,265 or something like that. One of my subscribers who lives in a different area than me commented and said that her quoted price was over $1,800. So essentially, the pharmacy can charge whatever the hell they want to after they pay the contracted price with Eli Lilly. So it is definitely, we got some price gouging going on. We got a bunch of messes going on in life, right? Like it's a mess. So what can we do about that, right? Like what are we able to do to fix this issue? And I have a couple of tips for you. The biggest one that I want to talk about is compounding pharmacies. Now, a lot of people have a lot of opinions about compounding. And I really think that is very media based. It's kind of like the presidential election, right? The media tells you what they want you to know. So there has been some media recently about compounding pharmacies and about their quality control and all of the things. However, I do want to say that if you actually do any little bit of research, then you can pretty quickly debunk the things that are being said about compounding pharmacies on your own. Yes, compounding pharmacies are not FDA approved to make tirzepatide, Mounjaro, whatever. They're not approved to make anything. They are FDA regulated. Literally, the purpose of compounding pharmacies is to pick up slack where manufacturers cannot. So they're not FDA approved to distribute any medicine that they distribute in their entire pharmacy. So all the medicines that they're providing to hospitals and nursing homes and doctors' offices to pick up slack, they service so many hospitals, like NICUs contract with compounding pharmacies. So as long as you are picking one that holds the correct certifications, which we will talk about, then you should not have an issue. Now, yes, you could have pharmacies that use a certain formulation that doesn't work for you, but overall, they are safe to take. They are FDA regulated if you pick the right one. That is another misconception about all these telehealth companies popping up. So essentially, they all use the same pharmacies. It literally does not matter. All you're shopping for on a compounding telehealth company is your provider, who's going to write the prescription, and how much support you want throughout it. Is pretty much what you're shopping for, and how pricey, what their prices are. Because again, they're very similar to pharmacies and can set their own prices once they contract with the compounding pharmacy. So as long as you choose a pharmacy, or you choose a telehealth company that uses a pharmacy that has the certification 503A, which is the certification that they are able to mix and distribute sterile injectable medications. So as long as you have that, then that means that they are regulated through the FDA, and the FDA is coming in and performing quality checks and doing, blind studies and all of that stuff on these pharmacies. There are a few, Hallandale, Red Rock, Emerge. There's a few other ones that are good that literally all of these telehealth companies use. So what I want to say to you in talking about this is that they're not bad. They're not all bad. It is a good, viable option right now if you are somebody who does not like the stress of searching for your medications, does not like having to call 500 pharmacies or to call your same pharmacist every single day, seeing if they can get it in. It is a good, viable option as long as you do it correctly. So, there are questions that you should ask compounding pharmacies. What pharmacies do you use? Most of them actually use all of them. So you'll find that most telehealth companies use Hallandale, Red Rock, Emerge, and it just depends on where you live as to where your medications come from. I've been doing a ton of research on compounding lately because I myself am in a position where I'm having trouble finding my medicine. So I've done a ton of research, and I actually have a cousin-in-law. My cousin's wife is a PA who has started a medical weight loss clinic and uses both Red Rock and Hallandale, and speaks very highly of both of them, especially Red Rock for higher doses. Fun fact. So you are looking at cutting your cost from the $1,200 out-of-pocket pay to the max $400 a month is what I've seen. Most places, especially for lower doses, are cheaper. Some of them will charge you a monthly fee. Some of them will not, and they just charge like a flat rate fee for the medication. A lot of them have referral programs where if you refer people, you get money off. It is a whole thing, and it's very wise. Like if you are somebody who watched my video on dose splitting and was open to that, then in my mind, you should 100% be open to a compounding tirzepatide or compounded tirzepatide that is from a reputable pharmacy. That's all I'm going to say about that. So compounding is definitely an option. You can cut your cost into a third of the price. So if you are somebody who is struggling and kind of at that point where you might need a little push only to get you to go to compounding, here's your push. Give it a shot if that's something that you feel comfortable doing, because it definitely could save you a lot of money. Now, back to Mounjaro shortage issues. We all know they're not going to get better for a very long time. They're not going away. I would argue from data that I have seen recently that it's going to go on for the next year or more. Eli Lilly likes to come out and say, oh, this dose will be available at this time. And just like in March, they said that 5, 7.5, and 2.5 would be available in March, and most people still cannot find them. My specific pharmacy that I've been in contact with says that he has not been able to get anything over 5 for several weeks, and that means that the shortage has really moved into my area, because prior to that it wasn't in the North Carolina area in a great amount. Like there were trouble, but not to the point where you were waiting months and months or weeks and weeks for your medication. I asked around on Reddit a little bit last night, kind of just getting a feel for how people were doing in the shortage issues. And most people, like the consensus was that most people are waiting 2 weeks or longer. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was trying to utilize online pharmacies. So Eli Lilly themselves actually has their Eli or Lilly Direct pharmacy. So you can send or have your provider send your prescription directly to Eli Lilly Direct. And most people are saying that they are able to get their medication on a more consistent basis through going directly through Lilly. Now, I'm not sure how it's working with the coupon right now. I will say that I know there are a ton of people that are using the coupon that might not necessarily qualify for the coupon, that aren't diabetic. And so I'm not sure if Lilly Direct would pick up on that because it is their thing. So I guess that's a gamble that you might have to take, but I have heard that people are having a lot better luck with that. Same thing with Amazon. Up until about a week and a half ago, people were having really good luck with Amazon, still on a shortage, but not taking as long of a shortage period of time before they get their medications. So that is another thing people are switching to. eScripts is another one now, and Caremark, which is CVS's online pharmacy. It seems to be that the online pharmacies are having better luck. However, I do want to say that the online pharmacies have made it pretty clear as of recently that they will not honor the coupon code on 3-month prescriptions, meaning if you are somebody that usually fills it for 90 days, you probably are not going to be able to use the coupon, which is going to make it a lot more expensive for you. Like, why? Why are they doing this to us? Why are they making life so difficult right now for everybody trying to source out this medication? It just blows my mind, the struggles that are happening right now. And I know as Americans, we are really, really struggling with it. And it's just ridiculous. So compounding, trying online pharmacies is another good tool. And of course, spreading out your doses. Now, there are some people who still do really, really well if you split your dose into 10 days instead of 7, and that can help you. So every month you would end up with about a shot and a half extra. And so over the course of several months, you're going to end up building a little stockpile. And I know that's hard to do right now in a shortage, but this means that you should just start doing it right now because we're in such a bad shortage. So there are a lot of people that are able to spread their doses out, especially if they're on like 7.5 milligrams or 10 milligrams, and they're still losing at an appropriate time frame, appropriate amount with spreading doses out. But also, even if you spread your doses out right now and you don't lose weight, but you maintain, or you're losing like very, very slowly, I still think that's much better than running out of the medication and not having it at all, and then ending up having to start over, or your food noise coming back, or whatever may be the topic or the issue. I myself have made a pretty big decision that I'm going to be talking about on Friday of this week because of the shortage issues. I feel like, you know, a lot of us, like I said in the title of this video, something's got to give. And I think that something is going to give. There are going to be a lot of very wealthy compounding pharmacy providers, is my personal opinion, if this keeps up. Now, another thing, if you are going to spread out your doses, I would highly recommend eating stuff that's going to keep you fuller longer to keep the effects going. So very high protein, drinking a lot of water, getting your fiber in is all very important things to do so that you can stay full longer. So kind of reverting back to the typical diet without Mounjaro. Foods that are gonna keep you full. Protein takes forever to digest, forever for your body to break it down. It stays in your body longer, you're full for longer. Kind of the whole basis behind the keto diet type of thing. So, you know, I think we're in a period right now where a lot of us are struggling. A lot of us are gonna have to kind of band together. I do want to know what you're doing to help yourself in this shortage. Leave down below what you're doing. You know, drop me in a little emoji. Let me know what's going on so that I know to read it. You know, a little like, I don't know, a heart, a blue heart. Drop a blue heart, and then I'll know to kind of read that little check-in so that you guys we can all check in with each other and figure out how we're going. Now, the last thing that I feel like people are going to get very desperate. And so I do want to issue like a little warning. I have seen people talking about like splitting prescriptions with other people. Now that is very dangerous, friends. Very, very dangerous. I would highly suggest against that, because you don't know, like if you're the one holding the prescription and you give your medicine to somebody else and then something happens to them, you're going to be in for it, right? It's just the way it is. And so I would say that desperate times call for desperate measures, yes, but not that desperate. Like, it's not worth harming yourself. Same thing with picking a compounding pharmacy that is reputable. Like, there are cheaper ones that aren't the reputable ones. Those are the ones that you're hearing about in the media being bad, and it's not worth it. It's not worth your health, your longevity health, to get it for $50 cheaper. You know, it's just not worth it, friends. So we all need to stay safe. That's something that I want to make sure that I always touch on here. But there are ways right now. We have a few options, friends, and I want to encourage everybody that we are going to get through this together. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can hear my little update. I will say that I've been following the Eli website pretty carefully over the past little while, and they say that 7.5 should come back in stock at the end of this month. However, it is now the end of the month, and most places are still having issues finding it. So I would say take what Eli Lilly says with a grain of salt. Always take what they say and do not even trust it. Quite honestly, like if they say this is going to be in stock at this time, from past dealings with them, it really hasn't necessarily been true. I have said before that I feel like they dropped the ball, and that after they saw how Mounjaro was growing and how tirzepatide was growing in popularity, that they could have definitely helped, that they could have come up with a different option, because a lot of it is the pen, and that they just have not been able to keep up, or they've not been able to come up with something fast enough. So yeah, we got to do what we got to do, guys. So if you are interested in hearing my thoughts on specific telehealth compounding providers, let me know down below. I think that is something that I will touch on, because I think it's going to be, like I said, something that really kind of skyrockets over the course of the next 6 months because of the shortage issues. So I wanted to, come on here and just kind of chat with you guys today about all of the things that I've been thinking about and that have been on my mind, and encourage you that we are going to get through this. We're going to get through it. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you on Friday, and we're going to talk. Have a great day, guys. Bye.